Hey everyone, Laura Myers here for CMS-Connected at ProgressNEXT 2018, and I'm joined by Dion Picco, the VP of Product Management for Progress. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thank you, Laura. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah, I'm really excited to get a product perspective actually. So we're going to start with Headless CMS and why you think that matters.
Headless CMS, well that's certainly a very techie topic.
Yeah.
So really what's happened in the industry is that there's been this explosion of channels. Whereas once the one-stop shop, so to speak, was your website, now it's mobile devices, people are using their Alexa, they have in-car systems, and that channel, that channel distribution is going to continue to grow. Customers, on the other hand, expect that their experience spans channels.
Yeah.
If I start something on the web, I continue it on mobile. If I say something to my voice assistant, they would know what that really means.
Yeah.
Well, the only way to do that is to have a centralized quarterback, so to speak, where all of that information, all of that content, all of that, the shared analytics and customer journeys really comes together across all of those different channels.
Yeah.
And that's really what Headless is all about.
Yeah.
So instead of a content management system that's really designed just for web, it's a content management system that's really designed to provide API access to your content so that any of those devices can both fetch content and report analytics that ultimately allows you to have consistency of delivery, but more importantly, to sort of harmonize and analyze customer journeys and customer experiences across all of those channels. And so the Headless CMS is important because it really matches the way customers want to interact with your brand, not exclusively through the web.
Yeah, that's fantastic. One of the things actually they talked about in the keynote this morning was Progress really talks a lot about cognitive. So I'm wondering what you think that means from a WCM perspective.
Well, cognitive is interesting from a WCM. With Sitefinity, we've applied a cognitive in a few ways. The first is with our DEC. It's really an analytics add-on to Sitefinity. And what DEC does is that it looks at clusters of customer behavior and starts to analyze those customer journeys and then make recommendations on which next piece of content or which optimization I could make to improve a customer journey. Now, there's a lot of data that goes into that. I'm analyzing really click streams across thousands or millions of customers. So that's a data set that, as our CEO would say, is well beyond what a human can analyze.
Yeah.
And so applying machine learning there to optimize customer journeys is really a phenomenal use of cognitive computing, so to speak.
Yeah.
We're starting to apply it in a few other ways as well that really optimizes the way you really build and deliver content. So for example, content authors often spend a lot of time doing annotations of the metadata of their content. So what entities exist within this image.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a picture of Tom Brady and Giselle, for example, which is in one of our demos. Using machine learning, it'll analyze that and apply all of the right tags.
Yeah.
So now I don't need to do those things anymore. So that's just one application of it. But really, when you think about voice processing, image processing, or any of those applications, you can really identify ways to apply machine learning to really accelerate the way you build and deliver content.
One of the things I like about machine learning, and I tell people, because sometimes people can be a little bit scared of it, is I say in a way, when you think about all it can do in such a short amount of time, is it almost frees up human minds to do what they're kind of better at.
It really is. It's almost like the Steve Jobs quote, where computers were a bicycle for the mind.
Yeah.
Well, AI, it's the equivalent, and that's really AI takes that to a new level.
Yeah.
It's almost like a motorcycle for your mind.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. Just taking the quote, bringing it to today.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. So in terms of what's happening right now in the industry, what's the major shift that you're seeing?
So the big shift that I've seen, and I think our partners would say the same thing, is that even just a few years ago, it was about delivering a website project. And now it's about oftentimes a multi-year engagement around delivering a digital experience. It's not about just delivering a website anymore. And I've talked about delivering a mobile app, delivering chatbots, delivering brand consistency, looking at optimizations across the entire swath of channels, and that's only one piece.
Yeah.
And so customers are really saying, how do I transform my business and really change the way I interact with my customers, both to lower friction, to increase conversions, and so taking it from a project basis really to a way that a customer digitally transforms their enterprise, to me has been the radical shift.
Yeah.
But it's also why we're delivering a portfolio that really matches what customers want to see.
Yeah.
And that's how Sitefinity and the rest of the Progress portfolio is really intended to come together.
Yeah. One of the things I like is you're really seeing customers kind of set the standard for and they inspire all the changes that are coming about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you.